How many times have you spotted a little child working tirelessly, maybe at the tea stall, at the parking slot, or maybe on the road selling plastic flowers? Those little children whose wings of imagination are cut off and replaced by hard realities of life to earn money and feed their stomach. And yet, this seems hard. Only 1 out of the 5 children gets paid for the work. Yes, while it is extremely sad to think of such adversity, this is the real world. A world that highly talks of human dignity and liberty, and yet, still, on the other side, forces the children into the dark web of child labor. Resultantly, today, as many as 152 million children are child laborers. What must be happening in their day-to-day life is a hard-to-imagine story. Asia Pacific attributes the largest share of children working in hazardous conditions. Resultantly, it is estimated that 22,000 children die in the work field each year.
Hello, Namaste. Welcome back to another interesting topic of our English class. And today we are going to discuss the first part of a heart-touching story, Children at Work. As a child, you people are very lucky. Why? Because you are getting food on time, you have a lot of dresses, and you have parents to share your feelings or your thoughts. But just think about a child who doesn't have any food or dresses and collecting garbage to run day-to-day life. Yes guys, and this story focuses on the living of slum children. And the major characters in this story is one is Velu, 11-year-old village boy, and same age girl, Jaya, a rag picker girl. So, shall we start? Yes. Yes guys, the first part of the story tells us how a 11-year-old boy, that is our Velu, is going to become a rag picker boy. I told you he is an 11-year-old boy and he runs away from his home due to some reasons. Okay, due to some reasons he runs away from home and he reached at a railway station and he was very tired. He traveled without taking a ticket. Okay, in a general compartment, he traveled. Okay, finally he reached to a railway station. Then what happened? Okay, let's start. When the Kanyakumari Express pulled in at Chennai Central, it took Velu some time to get off. Yes, so his train, he was traveling by a train, and that train reached Kanyakumari Express. That train reached at Chennai Central railway station. On whenever that train reached at that railway station, it took Velu some time to get off, and it takes some time to get down from that train. When he finally stood on the platform, his legs felt wobbly. Yes, please underline that word wobbly. It means unsteady. Whenever he reached that Chennai Central railway station and he stood on the platform, on that time his legs felt wobbly. It's unsteady. Why? Because he was very tired. I told you he was very tired and he doesn't have any food. That's why he felt wobbly, unsteady, and as if he was still on a moving train. Hey, out of the way! A porter went by with a loaded trolley. Velu jumped on aside. And he searched on that time. Whenever he reached that railway station, he searched and he looked around. On that time, a porter said, "Hey, out of the way! Hey boy, please move!" Okay, he shouted. That porter shouted. A porter went by with a loaded trolley. Velu jumped aside. He sat on a bench on the platform, putting his small bundle down. And he has a bundle with him. And he sat on a bench. Okay, there was a bench on that platform and he sat on it. And putting his small bundle down, and he kept his bundle beside him. And in all his 11 years, he had never seen so many people except once a year at the fair in his village. And he was an 11-year boy, and throughout he never sees such a crowd in his life. So, a people walked by, bumping into him with their suitcase. A voice announced something on a loudspeaker. On that end, it's very crowded. You know, Chennai Central Railway Station is very crowded. So, it's very crowded. So, people move here and there, and they bumped. Then, people walked by, bumping into him with their suitcase, and a voice suddenly he heard an announcement. He heard an announcement. A voice announced something on a loudspeaker. Near him, a group of people sat on their luggage, looking at the TV hanging from the roof. The noise was terrible. It was very noisy, and the people around him was searching, or was waiting for the people around him were waiting for a train. So after hearing that announcement, people became very noisy. Then Velu put his head down on his knees, feeling miserable and exhausted. He had run away from his village 2 days ago, and he was run away from his home 2 days ago. So he was feeling tired and he was not well. Putting his head down on his knees, feeling miserable and exhausted, he had run away from his village 2 days ago. For 2 days he had eaten nothing but some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. In that 2 days, he had eaten nothing but some piece of peanuts and jaggery. He had eaten nothing but some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. In his bundle, he carried a shirt, a towel and a comb. He carried a shirt, a towel and a comb. Then, he had walked for most of the first day to Kannur and then got on the train to Chennai. Kannur mentioned here is a village in Tamil Nadu. So he had walked, whenever he ran away from his home, he walked to Kannur at first. Then from that place, he took a Kanyakumari Express. He had no money, so without taking ticket, he travelled. Okay, so got on the train to Chennai. Velu had no money for a ticket, but luckily the ticket collector did not come to the unreserved compartment. Luckily the ticket collector, the ticket examiner, did not reach or come to the unreserved compartment. He had tried to sleep on the floor near the door. A group of men next to him had played cards and shouted all night, and he tried to sleep. But unfortunately, he was not able to sleep. Why? Because a group of people were there and they were playing cards and they make noises. So he was not able to sleep. That's why his legs become wobbly or unsteady. Then, "Hey, what new to town, eh?" called out a rough noise. On that time, he was sitting on a bench. On that time, he heard a sound. "Hey, what new town, eh? Hey, who are you?" When he opened his eyes, there were a lot of people standing around, but nobody was looking at him. On that time, he just opened his eyes, but people around him were searching something and they talked each other. No one give importance to this boy, or no one looking at this boy. And here he turned around, and then he again heard a sound. He just turned, and he turned around. Behind him was a girl around his own age, wearing a long banyan that came down to her knees. On that time, he saw a girl same age girl who is wearing a banyan. Okay, a long banyan which that come down her knees. Okay, and her hair was stiff and brownish, and she had a huge sack on the shoulder. Here you can easily identify the nature of that girl. She was wearing a long banyan, and her hair was stiff and rough and brownish color. Okay, and she had a huge sack on the shoulder. She has a huge sack, a plastic sack on the shoulder, and she was picking up dirty plastic cups from the floor and stuffing them. And she was actually collecting garbage. Okay, she was collecting some plastic cups, some unused cups from the floor, and was picking up dirty plastic cups from the floor and stuffing them and put it into that sack. Into her sack. Why is she calling me? Thought Velu. On that time, Velu just think, why that girl, that very dirty girl is calling me? I don't know. Why is she calling me? Thought Velu. And why is a girl wearing a banyan? Huh? Why the girl is wearing a banyan? From where did she come? Why did she call me? That Velu thought all these things. No need to stare stupidly. What's your name? At that time, that girl asked, "Hey, please don't look like this. What's your name? Where did you come? Why are you here?" And she asked all these questions. Okay, no need to stare stupidly. What's your name? Velu, muttered Velu, looking away. On that time, Velu said, "Velu, my name is Velu." Okay, and Velu muttered, looking away. So Mr. Velu, said the girl, looking at his bundle, ran away from home. After seeing his bundle, after looking at that bundle, that girl said, "Velu, okay, Mr. Velu, are you run away from home?" Okay, run away from home. Velu didn't answer. After hearing this, our Velu did not give any answer, and he didn't want to tell some strange girl what had done. And he thought that, why I want to tell the reply to this girl? I want to convey my story to that girl. So he did not give any answer. Okay, he didn't want to tell some strange girl what had done. He had run away because he couldn't stand his father beating him for one more day. His father would snatch away all the money Velu and her sister earned and spend it on drink. Okay, that's why that boy, our Velu, ran away from his home. Actually, our boy, Velu, he worked hard and collecting money for his family, but his father is an irresponsible man. So, his father would snatch away all the money Velu and his sisters earned and spent it on drink. And his father spent all the money to drink alcohol. He is a drunkard, so he spent all his money to drink, and after having alcohol, he beat our Velu. And so it's intolerable, okay, unbearable for Velu. That's why our Velu run away from his home. Then, don't think I don't know. This place is full of children like you. So what are you going to do here? Become rich? And that girl, and
she knew that place very well because she was living in that region. So she knew the place and the people around there.
That, hey, don't think I don't know. I know everything. Okay, I know everything. This place is full of children like you, and this place is full of children like you. So what are you going to do here? Become rich? What are you going to do here? In this place, what are you going to do? Are you going to become a rich person? She sat down next to him, and Velu shifted away slightly. After saying this, that girl sat beside him and sat down next to him, and Velu shifted away slightly. He felt hunger pinching him and pressed his stomach with a grimace. Hungry as the girl. Okay, and he felt very hungry. Okay, so he just hold his stomach on. After saying this, that girl asked, Are you feeling hungry? Asked the girl. And you won't get food by sitting here glumly making faces. I can find some if you want. Okay. Hey, no one give you food if you stay here like this. Okay. You're not going to get any food if you stay like this. Okay. If you want food, please follow me. And you won't get food by sitting here glumly making faces. I can find some if you want. She picked up her sack and started to walk away. After saying this, she took her sack and she picked up her sack and started to walk away. Velu stayed on the bench. What should he do? Should he follow this girl? Where was she going to take him? And she was disappearing into the ground. After saying that, that girl disappeared into the ground and he don't know what to do. Okay. Our Venu doesn't know what to do and he just look here and there. Then, so he had to make up his mind quickly. Alright, he's decided. Anyway, I have no idea where to go. Actually, he doesn't have any idea where to go or what to do. So, he decided to follow that girl. He jumped up and ran after her. She wasn't even looking back to see where he was. Okay, and he just jumped up and ran after her and followed her. She was just disappearing in that ground and he just followed that girl. That's the first part of the story. So I hope you all understood the first part of the story, Children at Work. So thank you guys. See you in the next class.